All right, save the best for last. No, seriously, guys, this has been a tough day. I've been working since noon. It is 5 o'clock, and I finally got some videos uploaded for Algebra 2 and Pre-Cal, and hopefully this one will work for you guys. Garrison and Lucas, I'm sorry you missed our last lesson on Friday. I have your packets. I will try to make copies, photos, and send them to you. We talked about volume of solids by cross sections. We looked at a Khan Academy video. I'll also try and send that to you as well. I feel like we need to do some review on our volume of solids. These are topics that will be on the AP exam. Hopefully we'll get to have that. Today I'm going to review a little bit. Your homework is going to be to finish all of the problems that I've given you over the last week that have to do with the volume. And then send me your questions. And you can do that through email or the discussion board. And also tomorrow morning, I'm going to try and figure out how where we can work live for our 30-minute session. And so I want to answer your questions, but make sure you do that homework, and you're going to have to upload the pictures to me. You're going to get a grade for it, and then that will also count as your attendance for the day. So hopefully you've already got most of it done. And then Wednesday, I'm going to try and figure out how to do some kind of quiz. Haven't quite figured out what that's going to look like. And review and test again. I'm going to try and figure these things out. I really feel like we need to try and put a bow on these topics before we head into review. And hopefully we'll be able to do that in the review in person. So I'm going to work on these. I may end up having you work on the AP calculus website, but I'm going to have to figure out what that looks like, and I'll keep you informed. But right now I want to work a little bit on, this is the packet that I gave you Friday. And so a couple of highlights. We have the graphs of y equals ln of x and y equals x minus 2 here, and they form the region R. And we're going to use a calculator, so get your calculator if you haven't already. Number 1, find the volume of the solid whose base is region R that is formed by cross sections that are semicircles perpendicular to the x-axis. And so we talked on Friday about the important words perpendicular to the x-axis. That means we're going to be using dx. And then they have to tell you what shape, and we are using semicircles. And so this distance right here would be the diameter of a semicircle. So on Friday, we worked on this document, and we figured out that the diameter S of a semicircle would give us the formula that we would have pi s squared over 8. And we would need to take that formula and integrate it with respect to dx to figure out what the volume was. So we have to do a couple of things. First of all, we need to figure out our interval from A to B. Now remember that we have a calculator, and we also need to figure out S. And so S is the diameter, and so this is our ln of x, and this is our x minus 2. So S is going to be ln of x minus x minus 2. Now, to figure out our points of intersection, we need to set our equations equal to each other. And I have learned today that the shorter the video, the easier it uploads. So I know you guys know how to use your calculator. So I'm just going to go ahead, and I found these points with the calculator, points of intersection. All right, and I haven't managed my space very well, so I'm going to squeeze it in right here. So we want the volume, and I'm going to pull out the pi over 8. We're going to integrate from 0.519 to 3.146, and then we need s squared. So we're going to have ln of x minus x minus 2 squared dx. And again, this is a calculator problem, and this quantity is 0.607. You can do all of the calculations with your calculator. Number 2, find the volume of the solid whose base is region R that is formed by cross sections that are squares and that are perpendicular to the x-axis. So really the only thing that's going to change, we're still going to have the volume. We're still going to use our points of intersection. And we're still going to use S, but the formula for the area of a square is just S squared. And so I'm going to, and we realized on Friday that once we had S, they could change the shape on us. And really all we're doing is changing the formula. And don't forget to square. And again, this is a calculator problem. And so that would be 1.545. So again, for tomorrow, I want you to make sure that you have all of the assignments completed that I gave you last week. And as you're working through those, give me any questions. I will be live from 10:30 to 11, and hopefully it'll actually be where we can communicate vocally with your questions, and hopefully I will get better at this and get it all figured out.